Today on social media, a very dear person to me, very important person in my life, spoke about something very important. It was talking about how you can take the word sin and you can turn it around into a new form for it to mean something entirely different than what initially it was stated to mean. In other words, everybody thinks sin is doing something wrong. But sin could also be one's lack of morality and ethics. Okay? Also, sin can be their sheer ignorance, being ignorant of the fact of things that you don't know or just damn it don't care. I mean, there are a lot of us that don't care what we do to anyone else, and we do it nevertheless. We don't think about the consequences whatsoever. We think that we're going to get away with it, that our religion or our philosophy in life or our status as far as social, political, economic, or ethnicity is going to stand in the way of right and wrong and keep us from paying the price. That's not true. You reap what you sow. Some of the time you do it more than others, but you reap ultimately what you sow in various ways. If people understood what she was talking about, they would realize that this is the language of the Bible. This is what the Bible really is talking about. See, the Bible speaks esoterically and esoterically. One is taken spiritually or allegorically or metaphorically, and the other is taken literally. The literal interpretation of the Bible is esoteric, and that's what most people go by. And that's why a lot of the words like sin, judgment, salvation, persecution, crucifixion, slander and gossip are all bedeviled and made to be something quite contrarily asinine to their real true meaning. What if I told you that everything in the Bible is about man and man's self, that it has nothing to do with the outer person, and that the God that you seek is the God of you, that you are the God, that you are that divine, that you're seeking yourself, and that sin is not anything necessarily atrocious. Sin is a development that everybody has based off not knowing, based off of ignorance. When you don't know something, you are deemed to therefore either repeat it over and over or not learn from it or its effects. And I think that a lot of time that we as individuals, as human beings, we don't see it that way. We don't care. But we need to care, because by not understanding something causes us to do a lot of things that we ordinarily wouldn't do. Let's look at it for a moment. Let's get morality. Is it moral to kill a child? Is it moral to starve someone? Is it moral to take someone's possessions? Some people say, yes, everybody got different morals. How about this high ground? How about looking at it this way? Are there any such thing as morals above ground? Morals set in stone. Morals that basically are not by man's objectivity or his subjective nature, but morals that's based off of the laws of nature. And those things I just mentioned are laws of nature. No child should be destroyed. No child should be killed by their parents. No one should be starved to death. And no one should have anything taken away from them that is theirs, unless they have procured some kind of vicarious crime that will therefore say, well, they have suspended every right they have as a human being, so we can take away what they have. That's the only exception. If someone has done a atrocious crime that has taken somebody's life and liberties. Everybody is due life and liberty. And justice, as I should say. Justice is very, very important. However, we live in a society that doesn't see it that way. We live in a society that sees everything in an objective way, or they see everything in a subjective way. We have to see things both ways. Take, for instance, discrimination. Discrimination is worse than racism can ever be. People say that I don't have the power to be racist because of the color of my skin. Yes, you do. Everybody is racist. Everybody has a right to be racist, but not everyone have a right or have the power to be discriminatory. to the point that they can remove a person at will based off of the law. And who controls the laws? If racism was the biggest problem we had as human beings, we wouldn't have a problem. But discrimination is something else entirely. You can put laws into effect that are very discriminative in nature and against everything that's humanly possible. And you can get away with it if you got the power, within you and behind you. There's some things that human beings cannot do or cannot achieve and be okay. Anytime you take away a person's rights, their liberty to live and be peaceful, you have infringed upon their rights as a human being, and you're infringed upon the rights of the divine order, whatever that may be to you. What I'm saying basically is that we look at things with tunnel vision. We have tunnel vision when we see ourselves, when we see other people, and we don't think about the consequences of our actions or even our words. If you therefore understand things in its opposite, you can get it right every time. We have to look at things in its opposite. See things as they are and as they are not. I always say that if you love somebody, you love them for who they are and for who they're not. The good and the bad. The up and the down. The positive and negative. Whether they pseudo or whether they obtuse. It doesn't matter. You accept them for who they are. And this has been the issue at hand for many, many years. We get everything misconstrued by a lack of understanding and a lack of humility. And we all understood things the way they're supposed to be understood. 90% of the problems that we have right now on earth between each other as human beings, as sentient beings upon human the planet Earth would not exist. They wouldn't. They'd be gone. They would be a foregone conclusion. But we don't look at it that way. And we want to say, well, I'm being tested because God wants to see how far I can go. If you believe that, then you'll believe anything else that somebody tells you. You don't have to be tested by anything. Because it's not about that. It's about you knowing your place and knowing where you stand in life. And when you know where you stand in life, there's nothing that can take your objectivity and freedom away from you. Because you will die to uphold your own freedom. You will literally say, take me out. I am not going to stay. Because I will not compromise on my principles. As a human being, as a man or a woman, as someone that therefore vows to do the right thing all the time. You stand by your principles, you stand on your morals and your ethics